better. All right, this is ECE 341 Power System class, and we have 31 students this semester in this class. So hopefully we got enough time for everybody engaging. But if any questions or you prefer the private way to discuss, you can join me for the office hour, which I'm going to talk about. Today, as the first lecture, I'm going to discuss the Canvas modules. Okay. Most of you have already heard everything from ECE 360 hours ago, but let's talk about these for the rest of you guys. Any trouble of seeing my screen, first of all? Is it good? All right. If it is good, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. All right. This is the Canvas page. Obviously, you can see I'm setting the home page as the recent activity. Most of the so-called recent activity gonna be the announcement. Okay, so far I have one, and hopefully all of you guys have received and read it through. Today's lecture is about learning these three things. Okay, learn three things: how online course works, my style, and how to study. Out of these three materials, okay, okay, in module 1. So if you click the left-hand side vertical menu here, modules, you'll see something like this. So what does it mean by module? Module means nothing but the subjects, or say the previously used name topics. Okay, I used to use topics, topic 1, 2, 3, and so on. Modules are the name used in Canvas. We are not going to talk about topic anymore. We use the new name, module. Okay, this is the correct understanding of the module. Because some of the faculty use modules in the Canvas, some faculty don't. So I'm using it. So your understanding is just the modules means nothing but topics. Okay, topic 1, or say module 1, introduction of the power systems. Okay, today. Besides a little bit introduction of the knowledge, okay, we need to go through these 3 documents, okay, to get familiar with how to take this course. Okay, very, very important. So first, the document is the how to be successful. No matter you like the online teaching and learning or not, okay. And there's something you need to be very careful, okay, because you could be like feeling very flexible, very relaxed, and at the end very successful in online course, or completely the otherwise. You're gonna be very frustrated. You probably gonna get hate this course, hate the instructor, hate online format. You hate everything. Okay, that's absolutely possible. Okay, so taking online course, what do you need to do to be successful then? Let's talk about this, okay, at the beginning. Okay. So first of all, online or hybrid course requires you to have strong, very strong, okay, I mean stronger comparing to the regular face-to-face class. Okay, stronger what? Self-motivation. Sense of responsibility and the capability of independent study. Okay, it requires more capability from you, from students' ends. Okay, this is the reality. Okay, it providing students with some convenience, meantime requires more from students as well. Okay, you need to be aware of this. Okay. I mean, as you know, without this pandemic, I won't offer this class online. Okay, to be very honest, it is online teaching and learning for a engineering major course is not optimal, at least not 100% online like this. Okay, maybe hybrid works might be fine. However, 100% online for engineering major course, not the optimal choice. But with 31 students, I'm not seeing any second choice. I'm not seeing any other way to make this happen. Okay, so 100% online course, EC 341. The teaching is offered in so-called synchronous online, live lecturing. Okay, it's live lecturing. It's synchronous. Okay, and office hour is online as well. Actually, we will talk about it. Is via the Microsoft Teams and on one-on-one basis. We're gonna have both exams and the quizzes. Okay, both exams and quizzes. Okay, online, both online. The first thing you need to know very well is the syllabus. Okay, let's read through the syllabus together. This is the syllabus. Okay, description of the course. You can read yourself. Prerequisite. I'm assuming none of you guys have any trouble on this thing. And textbook is listed here. Yeah, a little old textbook, but still the knowledge are sufficient for us to learn some references. My office is at Pioneer Hall 211, but probably we can hardly have any chance to really face-to-face meet. Okay, so the major communication tool is obviously email. Okay, just email me when you need, and we can discuss anything or set up appointment, etc., etc. Okay, check your email frequently enough. Okay, at least 2 or 3 times a day. Okay, at least 2 or 3 times a day. And also, seriously, try to avoid checking your email right before go to bed. Okay, try to avoid doing that at that time. And because in case it's not, because if it is bad news, it's bothering your sleep. If it is good news, it bothers your sleep as well. Okay, trust me. So try to avoid checking your email right before go to bed. Okay, before that, maybe after dinner as the last time for that day to check email. Okay, but at least 2 or 3 times a day. Okay, weekends not exception. Okay, no exceptions on weekend either. Right. For lecture time, synchronous online teaching Monday and Wednesday right after the office hour. So 4 to 5:20 p.m. Okay, 4 to 5:20. Okay. And this is also the time posted previously as the regular face-to-face class schedule. So I'm not changing the schedule. Office hour is right before our 341 lecture. Okay, Monday and Wednesday, 2:30 to 4 p.m. We will talk about more about the office hour. Learning goals listed here. Please read through. The course policy here. Here, the first one is emphasizing the module 1. Okay, we just mentioned. Okay, just become familiar with the content, the details about the course out of these 3 documents, out of these 3 materials. Okay. And regarding the lecture and the office hours, the lecture, there's no attendance policy. Okay, no attendance policy. Okay, yeah, but it is highly encouraged. Okay, I believe only maybe a couple of students in this class never took any class from me yet. This is your first time. Only a couple of you guys. To the rest of you guys, all at least taken 1 course from me before. So you should know my style. The most important one is attendance. Okay, attending the lecture, meaning attending the synchronous online live lecturing. Okay, and to be honest, the lecture going to be recorded. At least I will try to do that. Okay. make it available for you to review. However, consider that as supplemental material rather than major relying on that. Okay, you should mainly rely on the synchronous one, synchronous live lecturing. This is very, very important. Okay, attending the lecture. Okay, this is the most important tip in my class, right? And lecture is available from, not the recorded, I mean the live lecture is to be attended from the Canvas conferences by the lecture time. Okay? And the recorded lectures I will upload it to 2 different locations for you to access later. Okay, I will talk about that a little bit later. Regarding the office hour, it is online. Okay? And I will be online available in Microsoft Teams. When you arrive, the best way to do it is message me first in the Teams saying, hey, Dr. Zhou, this is, say, Elliot, and I'm ready for asking questions. And then I will call you. So messaging me so that I can tell who comes first, right? Because this is going to be a one-on-one base, a private meeting. So first come, first to serve. So if you message me, I can tell. I can see a line there, right? So I'm going to serve the first one, followed by second. Okay, so on and so forth. This is how to attend the office hour, one-on-one basis. Okay, one-on-one basis. Homework are listed below, and due in a week after the conclusion of that particular module. Okay. From now on, so basically 3 terms refer to the exactly same thing. Okay. 3 terms: module, chapter, and topic. Okay. 3 terms refer to the exactly same thing. Okay. No credit will be given to the missed quiz or exam and the final project report, of course. And integrity policy, please follow. And et cetera, et cetera. You should know that. Okay, here, hardware and software required. Of course, stable and reliable computer as well as the network connection are required for this class. Okay. And another thing I forgot to mention in ECE 360 actually. Another thing required, in my opinion, is what? Is a peaceful and a quiet environment. In other words, the location where you attend this live lecturing, if you decide to attend. Okay. Say, if you're sitting there and your girlfriend or wife is around, and even a couple of kids around playing and screaming there, well, obviously you can't do well in this class. That should be considered as absence from the lecture, right? So that is typical the otherwise. Yeah, that's the typical the otherwise. Another environment you should consider to avoid is like you're working, all right? You're in your office working. Your boss may be just 30 yards away, and your colleagues are around, and you turn on your computer and attending the conference live lecturing, and let it run. And in the meantime, you probably can work on another computer. Well, I don't agree that this is a ideal environment either. Okay, so peaceful and allowing you to focus on your listening and conducting, say, the in-class example. Those kind of environment is what we really need. Okay. What I'm saying is you're trying to make this taking this online course the same way as you would take in a regular face-to-face lecture. Does it make sense? Because obviously, when you take the face-to-face lecture, you obviously won't work at the same time, right? you obviously won't take care of your girlfriend or the kids, right? So you somehow need to create such an environment for yourself to be able to concentrate, focus on the taking the lecture. Make it count. 80 minutes, right? 80 minutes twice a week. Make it count. So this is my point. Next one is the midterm exam. Requires installing and using the Respondus lockdown browser and webcam. Okay, and I don't know if everyone here has experience with them from last winter and spring or summer. But if you have some questions or want to even learn from scratch, I provided some tutorial in the module 1 as well. Okay, if you see that. And always use both speaker and microphone. Okay, always use both speaker and microphone to attend anything. Okay, with me. And if any trouble, remember our ITS available from the library. Okay, check out a new laptop. Check out some. They even ever helped one of my students to install the lockdown browser, etc. So I'm assuming they could do the same thing for you if you have any trouble like this. Okay. So the requirement and the homework list here. Okay. And module 1 has homework 1 corresponding to textbook chapter 1. Okay, this is how we understand this list. Okay. Because you see our module 3 is actually corresponding to chapter 10 to the textbook. So this relationship is a little bit not quite in order. Okay. And of course, much more important thing is here, right? 1 quiz, 3 exams. I'm sorry, that's not 1 quiz. Okay, I'm sorry. We have quizzes, plural, okay, plus 3 midterm exams. Okay. And my exams are not cumulative, so they're all called midterms. All right, and plus 1 project, and plus 1 final project. Okay. And actually, we have up to 3 quizzes. By reviewing the Gantt chart, we noticed. Okay, total 100%. Total 100%. Each exam weight 25. Grading policy 95 as A, 65 as C. Okay, a little bit easier to get C, a little bit harder to get A. Right? This is might be a difference from other courses. Okay. And on-campus health and safety requirement. I believe this is not your first time to see this, even though this is just the first day of the school. From all of the other courses, I think you more or less see these things. Okay, please follow since our school has already raised the level of violation as the violation of the student code conduct. So it sounds serious. Okay, it sounds very serious. Right. Some accommodations you could seek from other office. Right. So the syllabus. Okay. Any questions regarding the syllabus before we moving on to next? Any questions? Here, I receive a question from Eamon. Does homework count as extra credit? It's a clever request. Clever request, and I'm not planning to do so, and I've never done this before either. Regarding this homework, to be very honest to you guys, I'm fully aware of the existence of the solutions out there online, everywhere. Okay? I'm fully aware of this. So I always consider it as the supplemental exercise materials. Are they helpful? Of course they are helpful, okay? But are they the most important, most helpful materials? No, they're not. Okay, they're not the most important one. The most important ones is the in-class examples. Okay, are always the in-class examples and the lectures. I ever emphasized in lectures. Okay, those things are the most important ones. Okay. Another question from Noah. Are we submitting the homework? I have set up the submission things in the Canvas. If you want to submit, I make it available. I make the submission available for you to submit. So feel free to do so, and it's gonna be graded. If not, well, it is not counted towards your final grade. So it's up to you. It's up to you. And more importantly, in my opinion, regarding the homework is, if you have some questions, bring up. We can discuss. Discussing, clarifying some homework problems, some steps are much more helpful than finishing it, right? Completing the homework, in my opinion, useless, especially concerning the available solution out there. Okay, so this is my attitude to the homework. Sure, no problem, no problem. Any other concern, questions? And this is the best time for us to discuss about these things. Very good. Thank you for the questions. Any other ones? All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move on. Let's move on. The next, going back to this how to be successful document. The second thing we need to review is the Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart. Like I said, instead of topic, I'm using module. Okay, so module 1 is introduction. Only one lecture for it. So after today, we are done with module 1. Module 2 through the very last one, renewable energy systems. Module 7. 3 midterms scheduled here, and here. And well, yes, the third midterm is using the final exam week. And to this particular course, I think our final exam time, I mean the third midterm, will happen on Monday. So the first day of the final week, we're going to have midterm 3. Okay, midterm 3. Besides, we have, as said, 3 quizzes. I'm using green color. They are arranged here, here, and here. And the pattern is basically like this. Module 1, I'm not using any assessment to assess. I'm not using any tool to assess this module. But module 2, I'm using quiz 1 to assess your understanding. Module 3, right after that, we have midterm 1, so to cover module 1 through 3. So I don't need to worry about module 3 either. The module 4 itself, we have quiz 2 to cover. After module 5, we have midterm 2, and so on and so forth. So basically, your understanding, or say the pattern is, after every module, you're going to have assessment to conduct. Okay, either quiz or midterm. Okay, either quiz or midterm. Okay. And a little bit tricky thing in the Gantt chart, I don't know if it's going to introduce any confusing, but midterm very clear, right? It's occupying the lecture time, and should be, at least I plan so far, is to make it to happen at exactly the lecture time. Okay, exact the lecture time, online, of course. But the quiz cell, it looks like overlapping with our lecture, right? Here to here, here to here. Actually, is the explanation is this, okay? Your quiz is going to given much longer time to conduct. Okay, very long time for you to conduct and be available for like maybe 24 hours. during that whole day, available period, very long. You select any period of time within that availability to conduct. Okay, it's online thing. So we have a lecture on Monday. However, you don't need to do the quiz at the same time. You after the lecture, or maybe in the evening or the next day, I believe it's still available for you to do it. Okay? So for exact date and time of the quiz and the exam, remember to check Canvas modules. Okay. For exact date and time, please check Canvas modules. Because here is not telling you the exact time, obviously not, right? This Gantt chart is not telling you that. Just reminding you, well, there's something going on. Okay? There's something happening. Okay? We have a project assigned by the end of the module 4 and due by the Wednesday of week 12. Okay, so you have how long? 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly 1 month to do it. Okay, more than enough. Okay, the project, the time length is always enough. Okay, and way before the third midterm. So, generally speaking, students like this way. I mean, don't wait until the final week to make the project due. Okay, they suggested me or requested me to do that, and since then I changed it to this way. Okay. Project given in the middle of the semester and due in the middle of the semester as well. Okay, it's not interrupting your very last exam. Okay. This gray color, no class, due to the Labor Day. This gray is due to the Thanksgiving, obviously. Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving, everything goes online, but we don't have such switching, right? We don't have such switching. We don't need to worry about it. So this is the Gantt chart. Basically tell you at least a rough idea about the timeline and the progress. Okay, you can always know at any moment through this semester. You can always know where you're at, what you are learning, and what you're expecting to come. Right? Any questions regarding this timeline? Any concern? Anything?
So does that mean that the midterm exam would go over like so for the first midterm it would be modules 1, 2, and 3 that would be assessed on midterm 1?
Correct. Good question. That's a good question. Let me talk about the coverage. Midterm 1 is here, right? It's right after module 3. So midterm 1 cover module 3, 2, and 1. Midterm 2 is here. It's right after module 5, and it's gonna cover module 5 and 4. As I said, not cumulative, right? And midterm 3 cover module 6 and 7. Okay, not cumulative again. However, the quiz is just covered that particular module, one module, only one. Okay, so quiz 1 is here. It covered what? Module 2 and the module 2 itself. Quiz 2 is over here. It's right after the module 4. So it covers module 4 and the module 4 only, right? Only. Quiz 3 happens here right after module 6. So it will cover the module 6 and the module 6 only. Did I make myself? All right, good. Thank you.
So I got a question on
Yeah, sure.
the the modules that you're talking about, I see how each module is corresponding to the homework, and they all correspond to their own chapter within the book. So I was looking at the book, and like when it's saying homework 1, which refers to chapter 1, the introduction, when you're saying that's the question 1.7, but when we're going over that, are you going to specify which sections we need to study, or do we just go through all entire chapter for all the individual subchapters? Like, or is that what you're going to be teaching us in the lecture? Which topics we're supposed to be hitting?
First of all, there's no subchapter concept. If I'm here talking about chapter 1, yes, you need to read through, you need to learn that entire chapter if you are going with the textbook. I mean, if you're not relying on the textbook at all, you're still fine. Okay, this is one of my teaching style. If students are not relying on the textbook, you're still fine. You should still be able to somehow finish the homework as exercise.
Okay, even despite completely reading the whole book, you're still, the lectures will still encompass basically what a homework will, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's maybe
all right. Maybe somewhere you are not quite used to the difference between what I'm talking about and the textbook talking about, even though we are talking about exactly the same thing. There might be very, very minimum amount of things like that, because I was asked a couple of questions in the past, what the textbook thing means. I said, this is nothing but what I taught in the lecture, like this. Okay, it shouldn't be a lot. No, it shouldn't be. The knowledge absolutely uniform. Okay, the textbook is teaching 1 + 1 = 2. I'm teaching 1 + 1 = 2 as well. This is for sure. This is the no doubt. However, I mind teaching 1 + 1 = 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, and then equals to 2. And the textbook might doing 1 + 1 = 1.5 plus 0.5 = 2. This might be possible. Okay, and I'm not a fan of textbook. And that's another reason why I always emphasize the attendance of my lecture is the most important thing. I mean, if the textbook and homeworks are enough for a student to learn the knowledge, it's meaningless to have institution exist. Everyone just need to buy textbook. You don't need to pay for tuition so that you can learn knowledge. Okay, I don't believe so. Okay, there has to be someone as instructor to lead you understand the material, which might be 100% consistent with the textbook, might be 50% consistent with the textbook. The rest of 50% are actually talking about same thing, however, different ways. This is my attitude to the textbook. Reading through the textbook, of course, helpful, of course, but not the most important thing. Okay, not the most important thing. Because let's face the reality. Everybody is busy. Okay, everybody is very busy. Okay, if you prioritize your daily life, including the study and your work and maybe your girlfriends or your family and other personal stuff, inside of the section of your study, prioritize the textbook lower. Okay, lower than attending lectures, lower than practicing the in-class examples, lower than asking discussions with the instructor and classmates. Okay, lower than those things. and then see how much time left for you to study. Then decide how much textbook you want to read through. This is how I see the textbook use. Is that helpful?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And here I have another question from Suba. He's asking, will the quiz be timed? Yes, quiz will be timed, but like I said, I will give you sufficient time. Okay. In the past, in the regular lecture, the quiz were always given like 30 minutes, and the most of time students complain 30 minutes not enough for whatever reason. But online, since it is online, I don't mind it to be open book, okay? Because quiz is not under lockdown browser. Okay, I haven't talked about that. Quiz is not under lockdown browser. I don't mind to be open book. I will give you sufficient time, maybe 1 hour, okay, a double amount of time for you to do the quiz. My point is, based on the quiz, based on your performance on the quiz, you can tell where you didn't understand enough, and I can tell where I need to teach more. Okay, this is what quiz for, and also that's why I'm weighting the quiz. How much percent here? 10 and only 10. Okay, because the purpose is not trying to assessing you. It's trying to remind you and remind me as well. Okay, this is what quiz for. Okay. Any other questions? Good. Thank you for the questions. Your questions actually bring up a lot of good discussions followed up. So really appreciate students' questions. I always do. Okay. Any others? Any other ones?
EC360 was MATLAB, but no Simulink. Is this just MATLAB as well, or Simulink as well?
Good question. Actually, I didn't mention this. EC341 Power System class does not rely on any other software. No MATLAB required. Okay. However, there's some MATLAB knowledge I can teach, but MATLAB is not required to do anything. Does this make sense? Because in 360, you have to use MATLAB. You can't use your hand calculation to conduct the design work. That's not professional. But in 341 Power Systems, there's some a little bit programming things I can teach you. However, I'm not assessing you. I'm not assessing you that. And well, the final project. Oh, I'm sorry. I think final project you still need to use use a little bit MATLAB. At least I'm planning to make the final project to be a MATLAB based, but no Simulink. No, absolutely not. No Simulink. Okay, MATLAB. A little bit of MATLAB programming.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah,
can I give you maybe for now?
I've seen that even just the very first homework question itself is talking about MATLAB coding. I was just wondering if we're going to be using Simulink as well. But okay,
no,
I see what
absolutely
you're saying.
No Simulink. And as to the MATLAB programming, I did it last time, and it's not quite valuable. But I still gonna teach something. I will teach some MATLAB knowledge. Yes, some programming. However, am I going to use it to assess you? Am I going to require you to use it in the final project? I'm sorry, I can only give you a maybe answer for now. Okay. Any other questions regarding the regarding the a gantt chart regarding the syllabus. Any questions? All right, if nothing for now, let's move on. We can move on. Again, by move on, I mean going back to this document. Here, the next one is saying try very best to attend the synchronous lecture from Canvas conferences. Okay. Consider the recorded lecture as the supplemental materials. And this will be, and the next synchronous lecture will be available. Yeah, like I mentioned, 2 locations. Okay, first, it is automatically available in the conference, in the conferences, Canvas conferences. Second, I will upload it to modules as well. As a part of the modules, maybe I provide you with my YouTube channel, the link. So you, by clicking the link, you go to YouTube to watch a YouTube video. Hopefully, have more fun from there. But again, okay, don't consider it as the major relying on that one. Okay, you should mainly rely on the synchronous one. Okay, live lecture. The midterm exam will be under the lockdown browser, and the quizzes will not. Okay. And a final project will be scheduled, already scheduled in the Gantt chart. So check more details, time, and dates from the Canvas modules. Okay. Modules. And here is a tip. Okay. Your cell phone sometimes cannot completely or correctly open some of the files from the Canvas. So do not rely on your cell phone to watch or even study the materials. Do not. Okay. Cell phone opening the Excel file and the PPT file has glitches. Okay. It happened in the past. Okay. I didn't know that until some students reported to me. Okay. What you want to do is download all of the materials into your local drive. Okay. Don't use your cell phone to study. And some materials for you to learn the basics of Canvas, and also purchase the textbook from this website if you need. Okay. Next thing is about the communication. Okay, how to communicate. Okay, comparing to the regular face-to-face class, online course requires more communications. Okay, it requires more, not less, but more. Office hour is on Monday, Wednesday from Microsoft Teams. One-on-one base and first come, first serve. Okay. Email me if you need extra appointment. Okay. And if any updates of about the course, about knowledge, or some immediate information message, I will announce. I will go to the Canvas announce, send you a new announcement. So check your email. You should be able to receive email notification right away, okay, very soon, right after I send an announcement in Canvas. Okay, check your email. Okay. If any questions, do not wait. Okay, do not hesitate. Just ask as soon as possible. Okay. I don't mind you to discuss with classmates, not at all. Actually, you know that in regular face-to-face class, whenever I gave an in-class example, I encourage students to discuss each other. Okay. Online, probably you guys are not sitting together, so That's not feasible. But other than that, you feel free to discuss. Okay, and I'm leaving the discussions and the chats manuals visible here for you to use. So you can post anything there too, okay, class related, of course. Okay. And some student supports link, you can go for help. And then talk about the quiz and exam, how to take. Okay. First, regarding the quiz and the exam, we have 3 exams and 3 quizzes. Rough timeline are scheduled in the Gantt chart, and always check and rely on the Canvas modules for exact dates and time. And another feature of the Canvas is this, right? I think you guys noted. Once I schedule something in details in the modules, immediately they're gonna be available from this calendar. Am I right? Any correction? So fully utilize this calendar available inside of Canvas. Okay, I set up assignments or project or exam. The due date gonna appear in this Canvas calendar. Okay, you guys have this, right? Am I right? Any one of you actually have been using it? Good. You have been using it. That'll be good. Okay, so it's very useful. It's a useful tool. Then now let's go back to this document. Move on. All right. Attendance is mandatory, of course, and you will be graded in details. And then the graded one's gonna be returned to you to keep. I'm not able to keep the history problem anymore. Thanks to the pandemic, I can't do that anymore. Okay. But anyways, it's gonna be returned. Okay. Return to Canvas. All right. You are receiving the graded exam or quiz from the Canvas rather than email. Okay. This is a difference I update since last winter. Okay. So that I don't have to individually write 31 emails, right? After every quiz or exam, 31 emails to return the graded ones papers. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm asking for more payment. All right, anyways. No kidding. Let's continue here. So besides of the graded exam quiz, as you know, I'm gonna provide you overall class performance statistics, as always. Okay. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is also very helpful for you to understand which letter grade you stand at. Okay. After every quiz or exam, you know you are A or B or C. Okay. Say you got AAA in all quizzes and exams. However, your final grade posted is B. What do you should do? Yelling to me, right? So this is what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean. You know, you don't need to wait until I post your grade to know where you're at. Okay, you got a B. You eventually couldn't get A. And you couldn't fail either, right? This is my point. This is my feedback to students. And 100% online and only multiple choice and or handwritten problems. you probably have exams full of handwritten problems without any multiple choice. That's possible. However, it's not possible for the other way around. Okay, only multiple choice, no handwritten problems. No, that's not possible. Okay, that's not possible. But you could have both. Okay? You could have both. That's why and/or. Okay, and/or. Okay. Here, how to conduct the quiz. The quiz doesn't apply the respondents lockdown browser. Okay, and I won't give you a real-time conference to answer any Q&A. Nothing like that. Here is general taking procedure. Okay. We go to a quiz one, and then time length is 1 hour. It's timed, yes. And then upon finishing, you do these things to upload one single PDF answer sheet. Right? And give you extra 15 minutes to do that. So the total length is 1 hour and 15 minutes. How to conduct the midterm exam? This is obviously different. First, it does apply the lockdown browser, and then if you want to learn, actually, is there anyone of you really have no idea or never used lockdown browser before? Are there many of you guys? Kevin said, I have used it a bunch. Well, in most of classes, I mean, you think about it, it makes sense actually, because once we move to online, there's no better way to avoid or say try to avoid cheating, right? This is the only easy to use way. Wally, you never use it? Oh, well. Again, these are the materials you want to go to, okay, to see what is it and what is it for and how to use it. It's not something complicated. However, you need to get used to it. Okay? You need to take the test run. Okay, test run exam, which I can set up for everybody get used to the environment and how to conduct the exam and under the lockdown browser. Okay. And I will provide a real-time Q&A, okay, by open a Canvas conference. Okay, during exam time, I'm available in the conference room. If you plan to ask real-time questions, you need to join the conference first. Okay, remember, you join the conference first and then start exam. Because if you're doing the otherwise, you won't be able to. In other words, once you start the exam under the lockdown browser, you can't do anything else. You can't join the conference, okay, except you submit. But you don't want to do that, right? So, okay. So join the conference first, okay, before starting the exam. However, this is not mandatory, okay? I mean, once you start the exam, you suddenly, whoa, oh my gosh, I forgot to join the conference. Well, don't freak out. Don't be panicked. That's okay. You're not losing any credits. You're just losing the opportunity to ask real-time questions, which we are not expecting to be many. Does it make sense? Here, I have a couple of questions here. I just saw. First question from Suba. He is asking, are there any extra credit opportunities? Are there any extra credit opportunities in this class? To be honest, in ECE 360, I do have extra credit problem in midterm exams. I do. Because I only have 4 assessments, besides of a project, of course. Besides of project, I only have 4 assessment, midterm 1 through 4. In this class, I have up to 6 assessments, 3 exams, 3 quizzes. So I think I've given enough opportunities to kind of improve your performance. So that's why I'm at least I never given any extra credit in this class. No, I don't think so. But I think it's fair to give a little bit credit, a little bit extra credit to those who are very active in attendance and engagement, question, etc., etc. This is fair. Okay. That will be considered. Yeah, that will be considered. We can talk about it later. Another question from Kevin here. So, on exams, will we be able to review all of our questions before submitting? Oh yes, you can go back. You can go back. And because I'm not locking the answered questions, I'm not setting up that. Which means you finish problem 1, you go to problem 2. After problem 2, you go back. Feel free to go back to problem 1. You still can see it, and accordingly modify or improve your answers on your paper. Okay, because handwritten problems you're writing on the paper, right? Those problems are on the screen. You could go back and forth to review them, and you improve or add more answers on your paper. That should be fine. That should be fine. Okay. I'm not locking it. Okay. Yep. Good. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. We can move on here. Oh yeah. If you decide to attend if you decide to join a conference in real time, remember, unmute. Keep your microphone on. Okay. Unmute it. Because if you mute it and in the exam, you can't unmute it. Whenever you talk, I can't hear you. Does it make sense? Okay. Remember, keep it on. Okay. Lower down your speaker because everybody has the microphone on. You might be bothered by those background noise. Okay. And here's the general midterm exam taking procedure. You're gonna go to a quiz called such kind of name, and then conducting the exam for like 90 minutes, and then you submitting your quiz. However, you can't upload any handwritten problems because again, this is under lockdown browser. It doesn't allow you to do anything like that. Okay, you can't upload it. You have to go to another place, another Canvas assignment called upload your answer here. Okay, the name is very informative. Okay? The name is very meaningful. You won't miss. Okay, so extra 15 minutes will be given for you to do that. Okay. Remember, one file. Okay? There's no place for you to upload more than one file, and also it has to be PDF file. Has to be PDF format. Okay. Oh yeah, here. What is the most convenient tool for you guys to use to do the scan thing, including the taking picture and scan? What's the most convenient tool? Any suggestions? Any experience here?
I mean, I use this cam scanner app from the App Store. I think it was like 99 cents, but that was pretty cool.
Well, I agree with John, and what I'm using is called Cam Scan. Yours is also Cam Scanner? Mine is called Cam Scanner. Cam Scanner. Cam Scanner. CAM scanner.
There is a
Wait,
free way if nobody wants to pay any tuition or any amount. If you want to guys have an iPhone, I mean the Apple product, you can go to the note and just open any file, like a new file, and then you can scan it from there. Just click on the camera and then it shows you scan documents.
Well, that sounds a good idea too.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds like a good idea too.
yeah, it's free.
Good, 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 good. So basically, I heard basically 3 options so far. So try any one of them. And the bottom line is get your tool, whatever it is, ready before the exam. Okay, do not have any trouble during the exam. Okay, make sure this won't happen. Okay, make sure any trouble won't happen. Okay, try everything out. Try whatever you want out before the exam. Okay, it's very, very important. We don't want to have any trouble during the exam. Okay, that can, you can imagine, mess up you. Because remember, okay, in the face-to-face exam, what happened is I'm standing there. You're like 1 minute late, 2 minutes late, I'm still there, right? Guess what? The computer doesn't care, right? Let alone 1 minute to 2 minutes. 1 second late, it's shut off. You can't upload anymore. Does it make sense? It's very real, okay? You can't upload it anymore. So you need to be very time sensitive and also get every tool ready. Okay. So this is the general midterm taking procedure. Okay. So again, test run the exam. Have you set it up for us to exercise? Okay. Let me see here. Seems more. Okay. Ryan also mentioned the Notes app on Apple products has a pretty decent scanner function. Yep. I think it's the same as Hussein's tool. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of you guys are using the Notes. Good, good. Good, good. All right, all right, all right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Here, I have another question from Suba. Will we have review days before every exam? That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, review days before the exam. For example, when will be our first review lecture? When? First review lecture. When? 1 week before. Okay, 1 week before the upcoming exam. So this cell, is it clear? Wednesday of week 5. Wednesday of week 5. Okay. I think that's gonna be September 30th. Okay. So on and so forth. 1 week ahead the upcoming exam, we will have a lecture, including a review. It's not completely a review. Okay, so 1 lecture full of review only. No. Still some lectures, some lectures, but I will have a review. Certain amount of time for review. Well, I didn't see this back in my 360, but I see several of you guys are using using the speaker only to attend this lecture. If possible, please use both microphone and speaker. Okay. For both lecture and office hour. Well, of course, if any trouble or any difficulty preventing you from doing that, please let me know. Okay, I do need to know. Okay, otherwise, please follow. Okay. So then we are done with this document here. And any questions? Any questions? All right. So if this is clear, then basically we are done with module 1 here, and the recorded lecture will be uploaded later. Be available later. Not much time left, but let's just talk briefly the module 1, the knowledge part. Okay, leave the rest to Wednesday. Okay, we're gonna occupy a little bit time from the module 2 to do module 1, but that's not a big deal. Okay. Can you guys see my notes? Of course, which is blank. I mean, can you see my notebook? All right, good. All right, let's talk about the module 1. Okay, introduction. The focus. Okay, better. The introduction of power systems. Okay, the first thing let's talk about the power systems is always electric power. Okay, this is something you need to establish the concept, because power might mean different power from different sources. However, the power system, at least in this class, is always referred to electric power. Okay, which means no matter what is the source, or say the root. And according to the source, we have two types of power systems. One is traditional power systems. Another is what? Renewable. Essentially, these two types of power system, well, of course, everybody knows, familiar with the terms. However, essentially, they are differentiated based on the different sources. Okay. Who are the traditional power systems? What is sources they're talking about? Coal, right? Natural gas, and et cetera, et cetera. But they are what? Fossil fuels. Okay, they're fossil fuels. They're not renewable. Okay, they're not renewable at all. Okay, you use them and they're out. Okay, one day, sooner or later, they're gonna be out. Okay. Maybe in decades, maybe in 100 years, maybe in 100 years, but they'll be out. Renewable ones, no, not quite. A typical renewable energy source is what? Wind, solar, earth, heat, ocean, etc., etc. We don't have to list all of them, right? So again, the difference between two is source. Who is the source? Okay. Next, let's talk about the power system configuration. In general. Not any specific. Let's plot this, sketch this from the left to right. And the most left one is the source. Okay. We'll begin with the source. Whatever it is. Okay. We are talking about generic. Okay. Who is connecting to the source? Anyone knows? In a power system, or say in a power generation system. Because we are trying to extracting the power out of the source, right? Now, whatever the source is, who is doing the job to extract power out of it? With it. Well, if possible, please speak out. Okay, that gonna save a lot of time for me to.
Power companies.
Power
Like
company.
consumers?
Power plant.
That's too general. That's too big. Which part of the consumer energy is doing this? I mean, not every part and every building, every equipment of the consumer energy is doing that, right? So who specifically? Who is the tool we use to extract power out of the power source? Anyone knows?
The generators? Like,
Very good. Where is this? Kevin? Okay, good job. Very good job. Generator. As far as I know, there's only one system is exception. Which system is not using generator to generate power? Which power system?
Solar.
Solar.
Excellent. Excellent. Good job. Very good job. Very good job. Very good job, Wally. This is the only except, well, as far as I know, I mean, among those popular ones, okay, if you are saying it's a very special, very, very special, probably, but I still doubt it. Okay, we have to have a generator. So again, except solar system. Okay. So generator generating, giving you the power, electricity here. And then what's the next step to do in a power system? Thinking. You already have, your generator can do this. A generator can extract electricity, electrical energy. Is that? And then what's next? What's the next?
To store the energy.
To the renew, to what? Adam?
Oh, sorry, I was going to say you need to transport it to where it needs to go.
Very good, very good. Transmission. Very good. Excellent. Transmission. Very, very good. To do this transmission, the generator need to go through a what? Any equipment? What do you think?
Transformer or?
Excellent. 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 Why you have to go through transformer?
To reduce power loss over long transmission lines.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Therefore, the transformer is a step down or step up?
step up.
Step up.
Very good. Very step up. And the reason is like this. Okay. The reason is that like this. Like Wally just mentioned, to reduce the power loss in the transmission. Why is that? It's very easy to understand. To this transformer, we have primary side and a secondary side, right? So primary side power is equal to secondary side power to this transformer if we are assuming 100% ideal efficiency, right? Due to this, what happened is V primary side, I primary side equals to V secondary side times I secondary side, right? And then what happened? So if V primary side is lower than V secondary side, then what? I primary side is greater than I secondary side, right? What does it mean is, if you increase the voltage, you're gonna reduce the current on the secondary side. The reduce the current in the secondary side is really to be transmitted, right? This guy to be transmitted. And then this guy further determine the transmission loss. I square R. Right. So with low current, you're going to have lower power loss. Okay. This is the reason for us to use or apply this step-up transformer. Okay. And then start to be transmitted, as Noah mentioned. And then it's gonna go through different stage. Okay, different stage. Okay, it might reach a so-called HV, means what? High voltage substation. I give a number, give index to number 1. Keep moving, reach somewhere. Gonna use a step down transformer to reach distribution substation number 1, and then further reach another step down transformer. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be in a line. However, have to turn right, turn right, and to reach maybe customer number 1. Okay. So this is all transmission. This is all transmitting. And inside of the transmitting, in the middle of the transmitting, we have different stage. By applying multiple step-down transformer. And here's the question: why we are making it to be different level? Why we are using multiple step-down transformers to have different level of voltage? Because obviously the step-down transformer can do nothing but changing the voltage value. Okay. Why we are making this in such way? Different level.
The step downs at the customers don't have to be as big of a step down, so less hazard.
And that's one of the reasons. Very good concern. Very good concern. And another reason is obviously, as Kevin also mentioned, we're gonna feed different customers. Our end customers may be very low voltage residential customers. But before this guy, back to the transmission line, we might need to feed what? Industry level customers, right? Or very high voltage industry customer. Maybe here. Very high voltage industry customers. And here maybe feed another medium or low voltage industry customer. Right? So you make the transmission line to be a step down, down, and down. So that you can feed different level voltage customers. But at the end customer, of course, is us, residential. Our cell phone charger or laptop charger, power cord, etc. Okay. And meantime, of course, after this step up, you actually have what? Multiple lines. Right? It's not only one line. That's why you can have high voltage substation 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And the distribution substation 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And the customers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This is the kind of generic power system structure or configuration. And of course, we're going to stop here and we're going to talk each component of them one by one and at the beginning of the Wednesday's lecture. Okay. Again, my office hour is a Monday, Wednesday, right before ECE 341. So feel free to message me because I will definitely be online during those times. In case, you found, after quite a while, you're not receiving any response from me, feel free to email me. Okay. I'm not expecting anything like that to happen, but feel free. Okay. Any quick questions? All right. Thank you all for attending today, and talk to you guys on Wednesday. Bye now.